Chris Marek's witness has come forward, and their shocking statement has destroyed Caryn Chandler's carefully built image. What they revealed about Caryn's alleged role in the emotional fallout between Matt and Amy Roloff has left little people, big world fans speechless. It all began quietly, a sudden phone call, a message shared with one of Chris Marek's closest friends, and then the truth began to surface. No one expected it. Not Amy, not Matt, and certainly not Caryn. But this witness, someone who claims to have seen everything unfold behind the scenes, has completely changed what fans thought they knew about the Roloff family's complicated story. For years, viewers watched as Matt Roloff's romance with Caryn Chandler developed shortly after his split from Amy. What was once seen as a fresh start soon became one of reality TV's most controversial relationships. Fans debated, did Matt move on too quickly? Was there overlap between his marriage and his relationship with Caryn? And how much did Amy really know back then? Then came Chris Marek, the man who brought calm into Amy's life, a steady, kind presence who helped her heal after years of heartbreak. Their marriage became a symbol of new beginnings, but now this piece seems to be unraveling. According to this new witness, the story everyone believed, the story TLC showed, may have been built on lies, manipulation, and hidden betrayal. Their testimony points to secret messages, emotional deceit, and moments that were allegedly covered up to protect reputations. And tonight, everything changes. Because for the first time, we're hearing the other side, Chris Marek's witness, the person who claims to know exactly what happened between Caryn, Matt, and Amy, and how one fateful decision could destroy the Roloff family's fragile peace forever. Stay tuned because in this episode, we'll break down the full story from Amy's heartbreak to Caryn's downfall, from Matt's silence to Chris Marek's discovery, and how one witness shattered years of secrets in just a few words. The silence has been broken, and what comes next will change little people, big world forever. Hello viewers, welcome back to my channel. For Roloff family latest news update, please subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon. The story of Matt and Amy Roloff began like a real-life fairy tale, one that millions of TLC viewers fell in love with. Two people who defied the odds, built a life together on their own terms, and shared it all with the world through Little People, Big World. From the moment the show premiered, audiences were captivated by their warmth, their humor, and their resilience. Together, Matt and Amy raised their 4 children, Zach, Jeremy, Molly, and Jacob, while transforming Roloff Farms into a family legacy that symbolized unity and hard work. For years, the farm wasn't just their home, it was the heartbeat of their marriage. They worked side by side, hosted pumpkin season events, and welcomed visitors from all around the country. Fans saw a family grounded in love and tradition. But behind the smiles and laughter, something was slowly changing. As time passed, the cracks began to show. The differences between Matt and Amy, differences that once made them stronger, started to pull them apart. Matt was the visionary, the dreamer who wanted constant change and big projects. Amy, on the other hand, valued stability and togetherness. What began as small disagreements about how to run the farm evolved into deeper emotional distance. Cameras caught glimpses of quiet tension, awkward silences, frustrated sighs, and moments where one would walk away while the other looked lost in thought. And then came a new chapter, the introduction of someone who would change everything, Caryn Chandler. Caryn wasn't just another face on the farm. She had been part of Roloff Farms for years, working behind the scenes as a longtime manager, someone Matt trusted and often confided in. But as Amy would later admit in subtle ways, that closeness started to feel different. Fans began noticing small moments, private smiles, inside jokes, and an emotional bond between Matt and Caryn that seemed to deepen, while Amy appeared increasingly isolated. By the time Matt and Amy announced their separation, many fans already had questions. Had the relationship between Matt and Caryn crossed emotional lines before the divorce was finalized? Was there more to the story than what the cameras showed? Amy herself never accused anyone directly, but her words in interviews spoke volumes. In her memoir and in later conversations, she reflected on how someone who worked for us had become a significant part of Matt's life, a revelation that left her feeling betrayed and blindsided. She never said Caryn's name outright, but the implication was clear enough for longtime fans to connect the dots. Over time, Amy found comfort and peace through Chris Marek, a real estate agent with a calm, grounded presence who helped her rediscover joy beyond the pain. Chris became her safe place, a man who didn't just love her but respected her scars and the difficult past she carried. He supported her publicly and privately, never pushing her to relive the past but quietly understanding its weight. Yet as Chris and Amy built their life together, whispers persisted, whispers that Chris may have learned truths that Amy herself never wanted confirmed. According to sources close to the family, Chris was made aware of certain moments and conversations that suggested Matt's emotional bond with Caryn started long before Amy and Matt's official separation. Whether through old friends, former employees, or his own quiet observations, Chris reportedly began piecing together a timeline that painted a far more complicated picture of the Roloff family's breakup. And that's where the real emotional conflict began. For Chris, who had always valued honesty and respect, being confronted with potential proof of betrayal, years after the damage was done, became deeply unsettling. He loved Amy and wanted to help her heal, but the idea that she may have been deceived on such a personal level stirred something in him. Fans would later see flashes of that protective energy during filming, moments when Chris seemed guarded, perhaps even quietly angry, whenever Caryn's name was mentioned. At this stage of the story, the lines between truth and rumor blurred. What exactly did Chris discover? Was it a conversation, a confession, or a piece of evidence that confirmed Amy's worst suspicions? What is certain is that this period marked the true beginning of the betrayal story, not just about a marriage that ended, but about the emotional wounds that never fully healed. Behind the carefully edited TLC episodes and the public smiles at family gatherings, there was a much deeper narrative, one of trust broken, of silence maintained for the sake of peace, and of a witness who might have seen more than anyone else realized. As the tension simmered beneath the surface, Chris's quiet demeanor masked a growing internal conflict. He had become not only Amy's partner but also her protector, and in that role, he found himself in a position to uncover truths that could destroy the fragile balance between the Roloffs forever. Because what started as a story of love and family was slowly becoming one of secrets, betrayal, and revelations waiting to explode. The tension surrounding the Roloff family took an unexpected turn when a mysterious figure, someone reportedly close to both Matt and Amy, came forward with shocking new details. This person, now being referred to online simply as the witness, has allegedly broken years of silence to expose what really happened in the months leading up to Matt and Amy Roloff's devastating split. According to whispers within the Little People, Big World community, this witness isn't just any outsider. They were part of the inner Roloff circle, someone who had first-hand access to the family's private world and the behind-the-scenes reality of Roloff Farms. What they revealed, however, has left fans reeling and questioning everything they thought they knew about Matt and Caryn's relationship timeline. The witness's claim is both bold and heartbreaking. They allege that Caryn Chandler, long believed to have started dating Matt after his separation from Amy, had actually been meeting Matt in secret months before the divorce papers were even filed. These alleged meetings reportedly took place under the guise of farm management discussions, but the witness insists there was a growing emotional connection between Matt and Caryn during that period. What's more, the witness reportedly presented evidence to back up these claims, including text messages, call logs, and detailed accounts of specific dates that directly contradict the official story both Matt and Caryn have maintained for years. The content of those texts, according to online sources, paints a picture of two people already emotionally intertwined, long before the marriage between Matt and Amy had ended. It didn't take long for this revelation to reach Amy's husband, Chris Marek. Fans believe that once Chris learned about this witness's testimony, he was deeply disturbed, not just because of what it suggested about Matt and Caryn's past, but because it forced him to reevaluate the fragile peace that currently exists between all of them. Chris, known for his level-headed nature and calm demeanor, reportedly didn't react with anger. Instead, he went quiet, choosing to process the information carefully rather than make any impulsive moves. But that silence spoke volumes. Online discussions erupted overnight. Fans flooded Reddit, Facebook groups, and TikTok threads with theories about what Chris might be planning. Many called this the moment that changes everything, believing it to be the most significant twist in the Roloff family's history since the divorce itself. As one fan put it, if this witness is telling the truth, then the whole story of Matt and Caryn's love is built on a lie, and Chris knows it. The mystery only deepened when those close to Kris began hinting that he was taking time to reflect. That simple phrase set the fanbase ablaze. Was Kris protecting Amy from reopening old wounds? Or was he quietly preparing to speak out, possibly even on camera, in the next season of Little People, Big World? Some fans believe Kris is trying to shield Amy from more emotional pain. He's seen how years of betrayal and public speculation have worn her down, and stepping into that storm again could be devastating. But others argue that Kris's silence isn't just about protection, it's strategy. They think he's gathering facts, verifying the witness's story, and preparing for a major revelation when the time is right. Meanwhile, Caryn and Matt have remained relatively quiet about the alleged witness, refusing to directly address the claims. Their silence, however, has only added fuel to the fire. If the story truly was false, fans argue, wouldn't they have been quick to deny it? By the end of the week, social media was overflowing with heated debate. Has Kris Merck been sitting on the biggest truth bomb in LPBW history? Or is he simply a man trying to protect his wife from reliving her most painful chapter? One thing is certain, the witness's emergence has shifted the narrative completely. For the first time in years, the foundation of the Roloff story is being questioned not by tabloids or fans, but by someone who was reportedly there when it all unfolded. And as the truth continues to unravel, everyone is watching to see what Kris will do next. His silence may be calm, but underneath, the storm is building. As the story continues to unfold, all eyes have turned toward Caryn Chandler, the woman at the center of this emotional storm. For years, Caryn has managed to keep her composure in public, often brushing off rumors about her involvement in Matt and Amy's fractured marriage. But lately, fans say her calm demeanor seems to be cracking. In recent interviews, sharp-eyed viewers have noticed her tone shifting, her smile tighter, her responses more defensive, and her overall presence far less relaxed than before. Caryn has always maintained that she and Matt began their romance after his marriage to Amy had fully ended. But with the sudden appearance of Kris Merck's alleged witness, that narrative is being questioned like never before. The timing of Caryn's connection with Matt, and how close she might have been to him before his split from Amy, has reignited the long-standing whispers that their relationship began in secret. And while Caryn has tried to downplay the controversy, it's clear the situation is wearing on her. During recent TLC promotional clips, fans have pointed out that she avoids direct discussion of Amy or the past. Some have even noted how, during group scenes, Caryn appears visibly uneasy whenever the topic of trust or old wounds arises. Her body language, crossed arms, quick glances away from Matt, or moments of forced laughter speaks volumes to those who have followed the Roloff story for years. Meanwhile, Matt Roloff finds himself in a familiar but dangerous position, caught between defending the woman he loves and avoiding another public meltdown over his past with Amy. Matt has always prided himself on being the family's visionary, the problem solver who keeps things moving forward. But this time, his silence is drawing criticism. Instead of addressing the allegations head-on, Matt seems to be leaning on vague statements about moving past negativity and focusing on the future. Fans aren't buying it. Online discussions are filled with frustration, viewers accusing Matt of rewriting history, minimizing Amy's pain, and portraying himself as the victim of misunderstanding. Some have gone so far as to label him manipulative, claiming he's trying to control the family's narrative before the truth fully. As the shocking claims from Kris Merck's witness ripple through the Little People, Big World community, the emotional weight seems to have fallen heaviest on Amy Roloff. For years, she's fought to reclaim her peace after the end of her marriage to Matt, learning to find joy in her new life with Kris. But now, those old wounds are being pried open again for the world to see. Friends close to Amy have reportedly said she's been trying to focus on the positive, cooking, connecting with fans, and keeping her heart open to gratitude. But there's no denying that this latest wave of controversy has shaken her. Fans have flooded her Instagram with words of encouragement, calling her an inspiration for standing tall through every chapter of pain. Many say Amy's story is a reminder that strength doesn't mean forgetting, it means surviving despite the hurt. Still, the tension surrounding this revelation has cast a shadow over the entire Roloff family. Caryn Chandler and Matt Roloff, who have long faced scrutiny over the timing of their relationship, are once again in the crosshairs. Online forums and fan pages are buzzing, with longtime viewers revisiting past episodes and questioning whether the truth was hidden in plain sight all along. The criticism toward Caryn has been especially intense. Some fans argue that her calm, polished demeanor during interviews feels too rehearsed, while others sympathize, suggesting she's simply trying to weather the storm quietly. Matt, on the other hand, finds himself walking a tightrope, trying to protect his partner while not appearing dismissive of Amy's feelings. For a man who once led his family both on and off screen, it's clear the years of division have taken their toll. Even TLC isn't immune to the fallout. Insiders claim the network is facing a difficult choice, whether to address the controversy in the next season of Little People, Big World, or to quietly sweep it under the rug to preserve what's left of the show's wholesome image. The dilemma is clear. Addressing the drama could boost ratings but risk damaging the Roloffs' carefully maintained legacy. Ignoring it, however, could alienate fans who crave authenticity over edited perfection. And then there's Chris, the man who never asked to be part of this chaos, but who may have unintentionally sparked one of the most talked about scandals in LPBW history. His witness's testimony doesn't just cast doubt on Caryn's image, it forces the entire Roloff family to confront the truth they've avoided for years. Whether it's about love, loyalty, or betrayal, one thing is clear. This isn't just about a reality show anymore. It's about real people, real emotions, and a family still trying to piece itself together under the unrelenting gaze of the public eye. As the dust settles, one thing becomes clear: the Roloff story has never just been about television. It's been about a family that opened its doors, its hearts, and its struggles to the world. For nearly 2 decades, fans have watched them laugh, fight, grow, and rebuild. Their legacy was built on family, faith, and the belief that love could overcome any obstacle. But behind the scenes, that legacy now faces its greatest test. The whispers, the witness, and the accusations have reignited old wounds, not just between Matt and Amy, but between truth and perception, trust and betrayal. What once seemed like a closed chapter is open again, and the lines between what's real and what's reality TV have never felt blurrier. Marek's witness didn't just tell a story, they exposed the fragile web of emotions that's been holding the Roloff family together. For Amy, it's another painful reminder of everything she endured to get to where she is now. For Matt, it's a confrontation with choices that still echo through the years. For Caryn, it's the weight of public judgment. And for Chris, it's the impossible task of standing by Amy while the world dissects every word. The fallout could change everything: the relationships, the reputations, even the very future of Little People, Big World. Because when secrets resurface and old pain returns, even the strongest families can fracture. And yet maybe there's still hope. Maybe truth, as painful as it is, can finally set them free. Maybe forgiveness is still possible in a story defined by love and loss. In the end, it's not just about who betrayed whom, it's about what survives after the truth comes out. Because for the Roloffs, this was never just a show. It was and still is a reflection of real people, real love, and the real price of fame. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.